Welcome, you moron, it's time to learn. Knowledge is something you've got to earn. Victor can help you, so shut up and smile. He's gonna teach you for free if you stay for a while. So kneel for your king, for the knowledge he brings. Let me say please, let's learn Japanese.
Hello there, morons. It's Victor, Give Me a Breakman, Give Me a Flakeman, doing a video by request of one of my Patreon supporters. I was just talking to him on the phone, and he asked me to do a video, a general video, about laws and such, and I thought, I'll put this out to Patreon first. By the way, I'm driving to work, what did I tell you? Yeah, he asked me just to talk about general stuff. He said, you know, a lot of people like make these specific videos about certain topics, but he would appreciate a general video about general laws. So before I do, I will make that kind of video, but I'd like some input from you guys. What kind of laws are you guys interested in? What laws would you like to know about? Because there's so many laws. Give me a list of the laws you guys want to know about in Japan, and write them in the comment section, and I'll make a video about that. So I don't usually do this kind of video, but I don't usually ask my subscribers what they want. Like, you guys know what you want. You get what you get. That's your dinner. But I thought in this case, yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll let people ask. Now, I will tell you some things that I thought were interesting. Loitering. Like, he asked me a whole bunch of stuff in general. Okay, let's talk about loitering. I don't know if it's illegal, but I have seen signs that say no loitering at stations. And there are certain rules that are not technically laws, but people obey. One of them, for example, is the all-women's car. There's this, and I did a video on this on Give Me a Breakman once. Although it's not technically a law, they do ask you not to ride in the woman's car. But there's like one guy who insists on doing it all the time because he's a dick. And he's actually gotten officials to say, well, it's not actually a law, but, you know. And I think it's a little bit like the toilets in America, where no one actually ever had to make a law about toilets. It was kind of common sense. But now, because of the transgender issue, it's becoming something that some people feel that there should be a law. Anyway, so regarding loitering, I've seen officials ask people to move. Now, just yesterday, and I'll try to remember to put the video in here, I saw a homeless man propped up against a pole, a big column in a shopping mall, underground shopping mall. And a fat security guard came over. The fact that he's fat is irrelevant. I just like to point that out. Security guards are often fat. He came over and asked him to stand up, and he went over to a kind of bench sitting area where these other people were sitting, and he asked another customer, or another sitting person, could you move over please so this homeless man could sit? So I thought that was interesting. Don't sit on the ground, but sit over here. Laws. Okay, so here's some stuff. Smoking in most heavily populated cities is now illegal in public. In the heavily trafficked, is that right? Trafficked area. I feel like I'm pronouncing that wrong. So for example, in Nagoya, in Sakai, we have a lot of, it's a busy part of town, right, Sakai? And there are all these no smoking signs there. So, yeah, you can't smoke there. And there's like a 2,000 yen fine. You can't smoke, of course, on the subway anymore. 20 years ago, you could. You can't smoke underground anymore. A lot of the restaurants are becoming non-smoking now. Again, those are not really laws, though. It's just a kind of a trend. McDonald's is all non-smoking now. Komeda coffee shop has a non-smoking area. Before it didn't. But when you go in there, you still smell smoke because so many people smoke. So that's kind of gross. Bicycles. You're allowed to ride on the sidewalk if the sidewalk is, I believe, 2 meters wide. You're allowed to wear an earphone in one ear, but not in both ears. You're supposed to... It's good to get registered, but it's not a law. Another foreigner told me it's a law, but it's not. I asked the cop face to face. I said, is it a law? Do I have to have my bicycle registered? Because I've had my bicycle for like 17 years before people started doing that. And he said, no, it'll cost you like he said it makes it easier if your bicycle is stolen. We can find it and you can return it to you easily. It's easier to return it to the owner. And if you are stopped and you can prove that it's your bicycle, it clears up any misunderstanding. But sometimes they'll stop you and to make sure you haven't stolen the bicycle. So there's that. But it's not a law, again. Let's see. Speeding, I believe most roads on the highway, I believe it's only 80 miles per hour. Kilometers per hour, which is pretty low. I think that's the maximum, and even lower in most streets. Like right here, I believe this road we're on now is something like 40. We'll have to look. But I'm going 60 right now. You can see people are passing me like crazy. I'm only going 60. Let's see. But it's probably technically lower than 60 even. Parking, you can't park within 10 meters of an intersection. Yeah, 10 meters of an intersection. Parking fines are higher if you park in an intersection, a little bit more. I think there's as much as $150. Speeding tickets, I think Molly got one the other day, it was like $70. Not outrageous. It's not like Europe where you get your ticket is a percentage of your income, which is just crazy. I don't know if that's all Europe, just Germany or something. But anyway, let me see what other laws are. Oh, drinking in public. You can drink in public. Nobody cares. You can drink on the subway. It's considered not very good manners, but many people do it. I've even seen salarymen do it. So there's also that. Let me see what else. Oh, bicycles. You can't double up on a bicycle. Even though they sell these things that you can put on the back wheel of a bicycle. So the person sitting on the back can prop his feet up there easier, keep his feet on there. So usually, there'll be high school kids double riding, and one kid will sit on the there's a little like rack, the bike rack on the back over the back wheel, and I've seen kids sitting on that all the time, and they have these special little extensions that they'll stick out on their on the middle of the back wheel. It sticks out right in the middle of where all the spokes are turning. So the kids can put their feet there, but it's illegal, and I've seen cops stop them, and even I was stopped once. My non-girlfriend, who all this time was in love with me, old story. But I was hanging out with this girl for a long time who swore to me she wasn't interested, but it turns out she was. That's a long story. Anyway, they stopped her. She was Japanese. They stopped her. I don't know why I brought that up. Now I just feel stupid. But they stopped us, and the cop refused to speak to me. He kept talking to her, only her, telling her, "Oh, you should know better. You shouldn't be doing this. This is illegal." So you can't tandem bicycle ride. Anyway, if the sidewalk is less than a meter in length and width, then you have to ride on the road. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, you can't hold an umbrella while riding a bicycle, but many people do. They have these special attachments that they put on your bicycles above the handlebars. It's an umbrella holder. It's basically kind of it's a clip that connects to your bicycle handlebars and will hold an umbrella for you. That's okay. I believe that's okay. But you can't hold an umbrella in your hand as you ride a bicycle, even if it's raining. I was under the impression that no bicycles were allowed at all. I mean, no umbrellas were allowed at all, but apparently not. Oh, you can ride your motorcycle on the highway, but you can't ride double on the highway. You can't ride your moped on the highway. It's got to be I would imagine 150cc minimum. You have to wear a helmet. You have to wear a helmet. You don't have to wear gloves specifically or jackets, but you have to wear a helmet. Oh, you can drink in the car, I believe. There's no open container laws. Yeah. So I could be drinking in the car while my wife drives. No big deal. Nobody's going to stop me. Right now, I have a beer that I just won. Oh yeah, here's something kind of cool. I'll tell you a little story. I just went shopping at a convenience store. And check it out. Ready? Oh, that's not beer. That's coffee. I also got a coffee too. That's the coffee. Where's the beer? Let me brag. Look at that beer. That's beer, see? Beer. Okay, you believe me now, right? Okay. So I was just at a convenience store now, and amount of money. I believe it was a 7-Eleven. They have these little boxes with a little hole in it where you put your hand in and you pull out a ticket and you can win something. You can win a little food item or a discount for your next purchase. And there were 2 of them, and he said this one is if you spend like 500 yen, you get to buy one. You get to pull one ticket out, right? So he says, so I bought this stupid Anpanman thing for my son. Almost, it's an Anpanman fan for my son, plastic. 500 yen. I was like, I really shouldn't buy this. This is a waste of money, but I'm a doting father, I guess. So the guy says, you can pick from either of these boxes, pick one ticket. So I put my hand in. Oh, and he goes, oh, but this one's regular. This one's for sake. I said, sake? He goes, yeah, this has sake items. I said, oh, I want that one. Sake, of course, is a general term for alcohol. So I put my hand in there and I lost. And he goes, oh, do you like sake? And I said, yeah. And he said, just a minute. And he opened up the box and he rifled through it and he found a free beer ticket. And then he went to the back of the store and got that beer for me. And he brought it back and he gave me the beer. And I was like, yay. Is that a gaijin pass thing? Is that because I'm a gaijin? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not complaining. That's great. So I got a free beer. But open container laws. Yeah, you can drink. You can drink and walk in public. You can drink on the subway. You can drink and drive. Not drink and drive. Sorry, you can't drink and drive. You can drink and be in a car where someone else is driving. The alcohol laws are really, really strict, by the way. If you are caught driving drunk, if you are caught driving drunk, then you will be fined and maybe lose your ticket. And if you are caught driving drunk and you have a passenger, they can actually fine the passenger for letting you drive drunk. And if you were served alcohol at a bar, they can actually fine the bartender for serving you if you were obviously drunk. I've been to Yoshinoya. I remember when my wife was pregnant and she was having a three-day labor. It was hell. I would go to Yoshinoya on the way home at like 3 a.m. and they would ask me. They said, "Are you did you drive here?" And I was like, "No, I rode my bicycle." And I asked them why, and he said, "Oh, because we have to make sure that you're not drunk when you leave here and get in the car, because they don't want to be fined." Right? Okay, then anyway, those are some of the laws that we have here in Japan. I'm sure there are more. Yeah, I'm sure, and I haven't covered many of the laws. So here's a random sampling of laws. If you are interested in learning more or any specific laws, for example, I'm sure a lot of you want to know about statutory rape and all that crap. I'll leave those in the description. I mean, in the comment section. I'll make another video for you. Right? Thanks for watching, guys. This was thanks to my Patreon subscriber who I know is very private and doesn't want to be named. But this is for you, buddy. Thanks. Good talking to you on Skype today and giving me this idea. And talk to you guys soon. All right. See you later. Bye. Well, let me just turn the camera around to say thanks for watching, guys, and talk to you soon. Goodbye. Good night. And God bless America. One more thing I forgot to say. Railroad crossings. You have to stop full. You have to make a full stop before a railroad crossing. I don't think I said that in the video, so I meant to say that, yeah. I mentioned that I don't do this to my students, because if you watch one of my previous videos, I didn't do it. And they're like, hey, you didn't do it. And I'm like, yeah, sometimes I see Japanese people do it, and sometimes I don't. And I always was confused by that, because I thought only buses have to do that in the States. And then someone else told me, one of my students who lived in America said, you don't have to. And I don't remember the law anymore. But in Japan, you have to. And my students were like, hey, it's common sense, you have to do it. So anyway, if you're in Japan, you come to a railroad crossing, apparently you have to make a full stop before the railroad crossing. There you go. Thanks for watching the video. I'm off to work again on a Sunday.
Then dial your operator.